Title: The Ethiopian Bible, the most complete canon, story and significance. A hidden library of faith high in Ethiopia's ancient highlands, in monasteries carved from rock and shadowed by millennia, lies one of the most remarkable sacred collections in Christendom. A Bible unlike any other, written in Ge'ez, the ancient liturgical language, containing more books than most other Christian traditions, preserved across centuries of change and challenge. This is the story of the Ethiopian Bible, the most complete canon in the ancient Christian world. Ethiopia's Christian roots go deep. In the 4th century AD, the Aksumite kingdom declared Christianity the state religion. Legends stretch further. The Queen of Sheba, her son Menelik I, and even the Ark of the Covenant are tied to Ethiopian tradition. In this context, the Ethiopian Church developed its own sacred texts and manuscripts, carved into the rock of monasteries, scribed on parchment, hidden away from the theological politics of the Roman Empire. In this landscape, the Ethiopian Bible emerged. The books were copied by monks on goatskin, with inks made from minerals, in monasteries such as Abba Garima. One of the earliest surviving illuminated manuscripts is the Garima Gospels, created perhaps in the 6th century. What sets the Ethiopian Bible apart is its sheer scope. The Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church recognizes a canon of 81 books, combining both Old and New Testaments in a broader collection than most Western canons. 2. Old Testament-style books include the usual Pentateuch and historical books, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, 1 to 2, Samuel, 1 to 2, Kings, 1 to 2 Chronicles, but also many works not found in Protestant or Catholic Bibles. These include the Book of Enoch, the Book of Jubilees, the 3 books of Maccabean, distinct from the Maccabees of other traditions, among others. New Testament-style books also include familiar works, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Acts, Paul's letters, but also additional works in some manuscript traditions, e.g., books such as Didascalia, that appear in Ethiopic tradition. Let's examine some of the extra books that make the Ethiopian Bible unique. The Book of Enoch, an ancient Jewish work of apocalyptic vision, angels, watchers, often excluded from Western canons but canonical in Ethiopia. The Book of Jubilees. Sometimes called Lesser Genesis, it retells early biblical events with added chronology and angelic guidance. The 3 books of Maccabean. Unique to the Ethiopic canon, distinct from the more widely known Maccabees. Other works. Books such as 1 Esdras, 2 Esdras, 4 Baruch, Paralipomena of Jeremiah, and additional Psalms Proverbs variations are also included. These extra books were not simply leftovers, they carry theological weight in the Ethiopian Church's tradition. They reflect an early Christian Jewish environment in which scriptures were broader than the later Western decisions on canon. In the rugged terrain of Tigray and other regions, monks preserved these texts in astonishing ways. The Garima Gospels, for example, are among the oldest surviving Christian manuscripts in Ethiopia, illuminated, bound, untranslated for centuries. Manuscripts were written on vellum, or parchment, with inks derived from local minerals, and stored in rock-hewn chapels. Because of Ethiopia's dry climate and relative isolation, many manuscripts survived when their counterparts in wetter regions did. In Ethiopia, the Bible is not merely a set of books, it's woven into liturgy, theology, and daily life. The Ethiopian Church's theology emphasizes theosis, union with God, the continuity of Old and New Testaments, and the uncompromised value of tradition. The additional books play a meaningful role. For example, the Book of Enoch's vision of angels influences Ethiopian angelology. Jubilee's calendar and chronology influence its liturgical calendars. In services, monks chant from Ge'ez manuscripts, bells ring, incense rises. These books aren't relics, they're living. The Ethiopian Bible is part of the worship, not just the history. For much of the Western Christian world, the Bible is commonly 66 books, Protestant, or 73 books, Catholic. The Ethiopian canon's 81, or sometimes 88 in variant traditions, sets it apart. 8. Why the difference? Partly because of history. The Ethiopian Church developed its canon in relative independence of Rome and Constantinople. The inclusion of books, such as Enoch and Jubilees, reflects a direct link to early Christian, Egyptian, and Jewish traditions that were more flexible about Scripture. The result: Ethiopia preserved texts that elsewhere were marginalized or lost. This raises questions. Why are some books excluded in other traditions? What does it mean for a church to hold 81 books as canonical? For the Ethiopian tradition, the broader canon isn't simply additive, it's integral.